Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
set up the mic for me, please?
Sure.
Yes. No, look. Huh. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Pasyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaura Chande Arati Kashobha Janavi Tata Bani Jagamana Lobha Dakhirini Taichan Ame Gadadara Nikate Advaita Srini Pasachhatradhara Basi Ache Gorachan Ratna Singhasani Adati Korena Brahma Adi Devagane Narahari Adi Kori Chamara Dhulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Hosadigaya Sankha Baje घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला मधुरा मृदंगा बाजे परमरसाला शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधुरा नृत्य बाजे शंख बाजे घंटा बाजे मधु मधुर मधुर बाजे मधुरा मृदंग बाजे परमरसाला बाजे निताय गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल बहु कोटि चंद्र जेनी बदन उजाला गला देशे बना माला करी जाला माला शिवा सुख नारदा प्रेमे गदा गदा भगति विनोदा देखे गोरा संपादा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori. Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद् भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्री प्रभुपाद की। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत्र श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की। श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की। श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की, गंगा माई यमुना माई की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की। All glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to assemble devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga.
Namaste Narasimhaya Gala Gala Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Hari जय नरसिम्हा भगवान की प्रहलाद महाराज की निताय गौर परमानंदे
सच्चे श्री किशोर किशोरी भगवान की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा जय। श्री गौर निताय की जय। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. On behalf of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, we welcome you all to the Sunday Feast program at Sri Sri Kishore Kishori Temple. We have a very special program lined up. Before I continue with the program, a few announcements. Today's Sunday Feast has been sponsored by Bhupen Modi and family. They're right here. On occasion of the first death anniversary of Rekha Bhupen Modi, her photo is right here. We will all pray for her. And also there is another sponsor called Geeta Krishnan. We'll chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for the soul and also for Geeta Krishnan. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. How many of you are here coming for the first time? Anyone for the first time? Nobody. Sorry, you don't have any job today. Sorry. So anybody who is there, or maybe I'll announce it again. If Krishna Sundar Prabhu will give you a small orientation. If you are here for the first time, please see him after lecture at 6:30. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our speaker, very special guest, His Holiness Romapad Swami Maharaj. We'll all welcome him with a big and loud Hari Bol. Hari Bol! So, and many of you already know him, and those who are new, for him, he's been our inspiration for the Chicago congregation for a very long time, and we are really fortunate to have him here. He's going to talk about Ram Leela, and please, pay rapt attention. It is very rare that we get to hear from him. Also, please move a little forward so that people can, walk from there. And any children, they can go down to the basement. There is a class, Sunday's class, if they're disturbing here. So all of them, if you please move here a little bit. Thank you.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Hari Madhava Kunja Gopijana Vallabha Girivara Dhari Girivadayadi Gopijana Vallabha Girivadayadi Girivadayadi Jasodnandana Brajajanaranjana Jasodnandana Brajajanaranjana Jamuna Tirapana Chadi Jamuna Tirapana Chadi Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jasodanandana Brajajanarandana Jasodanandana Brajajanarandana Jamanasira Vanachari Jamanasira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Vishnupad Paramahansa Pariviragatacharya Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Gora Premanandi. He's not a talkative child, is he? No? We'll find out. If he gets a little restless, you know what to do, right? Okay. If you have a phone, you might want to check your phone and see that it's switched off so that doesn't happen, because that would be embarrassing if it happens. Thanks. Just 3 days ago, this is the 13th day of the month, but on the 9th day of the month, Ram Navami, we were observing the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra, so I thought a nice topic for the Sunday just after Ram Navami would be to speak something about Ram Leela. And I thought something I'd like to speak about this evening is the feature of sorrow that finds its way in Ramayana, again and again and again. Now, many of you probably don't read Ramayana in English. You read it in Hindi or whatever other language you like to read. But for a Western person like me, it's English. And joyful, joyful, joy. There's danger, but Ram meets the danger in a joyful way, in a joyful way, in a joyful way, until the calamity happens. And the calamity is Kaikeyi, under the influence of mantra, sending Ram to the forest for 14 years. And everyone's completely attached to him. Naturally, because they're great devotees and he's the personality of Godhead, they don't know him as the personality of Godhead, but he's all attractive. And they're very attached to him. And he's going to the forest instead of sitting on the royal throne for 14 years. So that's where the sorrow word comes. So I remember my first reading through of Ramayana, and it was remarkable how many times sorrow appeared. Then I kind of thought maybe that's just me. And then one devotee from South India, doesn't look like he's going to make it. One devotee from South India told me when he was growing up, he had to stop reading Ramayana because it was too sad. He didn't get depressed. It just was, the emotion was such a sad emotion, he couldn't handle it. And then he came to America, and there's a few temples in ISKCON that have Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman deities, and he couldn't go to that temple because he couldn't, it just, that memory was too strong. So, he asked me what to do. So I spent some time, exploring why is this so strong in Ramayana? What's the reason? Is there a reason? And there's a reason. Shh. Nice boy. He wants to talk. Okay. Yeah. I went to our Acharya who teaches the science of rasa. That in our line of disciplic succession, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed one of his followers, Rupa Goswami, thoroughly on the science of loving exchange with Krishna, or the science of rasa. And many of you know, because you've been around for some time, Bharata Muni, long ago, in his, not only the execution of dance skill, but he wrote volumes of literature about the science of rasa. The purpose of the dance was to invoke feelings in the audience according to loving moods of rasa. So he taught a lengthy science. And Rupa Goswami, our Acharya in our line, took many of his things, according to the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He expanded the number of rasas from 7 to 12. And one of those rasas is called Karuna rasa. Another is called Shoka rasa. Shoka is this lamentation, sadness, sorrow the people felt when they heard, and it struck their hearts in different ways. So I'm going to give you a little summary of some of the research that I did. It's a 6-page document. I'm just going to give you a little piece. From the writings is Bhakti Rasa, that's easy, Bhakti Rasa, Amrita, nectar, Sindhu, the ocean, Sindhu, of the nectar of devotion. Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu is the title of his book. It's a big book. And a section of the book that deals with the stages of bhava, of ecstasy, that lead to these 12 different categories of loving ecstasy. Bhava leads to prema. So he discusses these types of rasas, and he identifies that each of the 12 types of rasas have a presiding deity, and Lord Ramachandra is the presiding deity of Karuna rasa. Now, Karuna rasa can mean compassion. Often it means compassion or kindness. But he also writes that he, Lord Ramachandra, when Sita was taken, he was feeling sorrow or sadness, or but it's a transcendental emotion. So I'm going to just share with you Srila Prabhupada, for his world audience that don't know who is Rupa Goswami, but he would like his world audience to understand Rupa Goswami's teachings in the science of Bhakti Rasa. He translated that book and he called it a summary study, like simplified for his Western audience with terminology and explaining things. I'm going to show you one paragraph that summarizes 6 pages of details and details. Here's that Nectar Devotion, chapter 34, one paragraph. An apparently pitiable condition in devotional service may appear distressing to the inexperienced student, but the feelings of devotion, the feelings of the devotee in this pitiful condition are considered to be ecstatic by expert devotees. So what Ramchandra was going through and others were going through when they heard that Ram is going to the forest, their experience looks pitiable, sad, sorrowful, but it's actually an ecstasy. That's Rupa Goswami's teaching. For example, the subject matter of the Ramayana is sometimes considered pitiable and distressing to the heart, but actually that is not the fact. The Ramayana narrates how Lord Rama was sent to the forest by his father just when he was going to be enthroned. After Lord Ram's departure, Maharaj Dasharath, his father, died. That's pretty sorrowful. In the forest, his wife, Sita Devi, was kidnapped by Ravana. And there was a great war. When Sita Devi was finally delivered from the clutches of Ravana, Ravana's whole family and kingdom and Ravana himself were vanquished. When Sita Devi came home, she was tried by fire, and after some days, she was again banished to the forest. All of these subjects in the Ramayana seem very pitiable, and they may appear very distressing to the reciter, but actually they are not. If that's not what they are, then what are they? They're expressions. The Sanskrit phrase is udipan. They're stimulation. The pastimes of Ram stimulate ecstatic love. So when different persons heard about different events that took place that were pitiable, they had some feelings, and those feelings were intensifying and focusing their attention on Sita and Ram. And that's love. When the object becomes more and more in focus from the subject who's regarding the object with love, and the loving mood spikes, goes very high, that's an ecstasy. It's a loving ecstasy. And then after some time, that mood subsides, but the love doesn't subside. That's Bhakti Rasa. That's what Rupa Goswami is teaching. So the reader, that's us, he's probably saying here the reciter or the reader, one who's speaking it or one who's hearing it, may feel some feelings. That's good. Not feeling feelings is not so good. Feeling some feelings is good, and those feelings may appear to be distressful. But that's good because it's heightening one's focus of attention, the mind, like Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, man mana, think of me. It helps to increase one's attention and remembrance of Lord Ramachandra or whoever the form of the Lord is when some difficult situation arises in their pastimes. Now, one of those persons that had to endure a lot, we all know, I'm going to speak about 3 situations. One of them was Hanuman. And for him, obstacle was not an obstacle. Obstacle was an opportunity for finding a means to overcome the obstacle and he used his intelligence. He was very intelligent. Where does intelligence come from? According to Bhagavad Gita, Dadami Bodhi Yogam Tam, Krishna gives intelligence in order to serve him in a favorable way. So obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. Hanuman was indomitable. And when he returned back to Ayodhya, he returned back to where Ram was waiting for that time to pass where his seat had been taken. And Hanuman came back because Sita gave to Hanuman a ring so that Ram would know he found Sita because he knew the ring. So when Hanuman gave the ring, told the whole story, as is the nature of people who are cultured, when they receive some good news or some act of kindness, they want to reciprocate. And Ram said, I'm living in the forest. I have nothing to reciprocate. All I can do is just give you my embrace. The heart's content of Hanuman was Lord Ramachandra's embrace. Now, so rasa doesn't have to be, increasing of rasa doesn't have to be sad. It can be ecstatic or joyful like this. There's another nice example. I showed you that the first slide showed Valmiki Ramayana, and I'm not so well versed in the various other Ramayanas, but I've come to like two particular pastimes that I'm very intrigued by, and they come from another other than Valmiki Ramayana. And in Valmiki Ramayana, there's this scene after Ram comes back, and there's the arrangement for coronation, and Ram wants to give gifts in charity to those who helped him achieve his victory in Lanka. So in Valmiki Ramayana, there's a description. I'm going to read it to you, but quickly summarize it. He gave a very, very, very valuable necklace to Sita, and Sita was to distribute that necklace to someone. And here's the description. This is Valmiki Ramayana, Yuddha Kanda. Ram had presented to Sita an excellent string of pearls, furnished with superior gems, shining like a beam of moonlight. These two clean, beautiful, and lovely ornaments combined into one, the gems that shine and the pearls interspersed. Looking towards Hanuman, Sita, daughter of Janaka, having taken off the pearl string from her neck, repeatedly caught a glimpse of all the monkeys. Looking at her, Ram, who was acquainted with the gesture of another, spoke to Sita as follows: Dear Sita, give the pearl necklace to a person with whom you are pleased and in whom the following are ever present: sharpness, firmness, renown, dexterity, competence, modesty, prudence, virility, prowess, and intelligence. She knew who he meant. He didn't give the name, but she knew who he meant. The black-eyed Sita gave that pearl necklace to Hanuman. Hanuman, the foremost among the monkeys, by wearing that necklace, which was as white as a heap of moonlight beams, shone brilliantly as a mountain slivered by a white cloud. Beautiful imagery. So here's the painting. There's Hanuman happy with receiving the necklace from Sita. Now, there's another version, similar event at a similar point in time, but another one of the versions of Ramayana called Krittivasa Ramayana. And it's in the Lanka Kanda section. So gifts, same coronation, gifts are being given out. And the description is a little different, and it's really nice. You'll see where this is going. Then Sita took out her hara necklace. It was of immense value. No one could value it in the universe. The very sight of the hara kept all the people amazed as they stared, looking at one another. It had in it many gems, pearls, and precious stones. All the chief warriors looked at each other, contemplating as to who would get the hara. To whom this hara is to be presented, thinking in her mind, Sita looked towards Ram and understood that he desired it to be given to anyone she liked. He didn't say anything. They just have this unspoken communication capacity. They know each other's hearts. Sita's considering. When everything was dark and no trace of Sita was available, who secured her? Who searched for her? And when all of us were dead, who brought us back to life? And when was Sita dead? When she heard that Ram was on the battlefield of Ravana, it was too much for her to bear. She fainted as if dead. When Ravana was killed, according to Valmiki Ramayana, Hanuman went straight away to the Ashok Grove and informed Sita, Ravana is finished. After Lord Ramachandra killed Ravana in battle, Hanuman brought this news to Mother Sita in the Ashok garden. This brought Sita back to life, just taken directly from Valmiki Ramayana. So she's feeling so indebted. Considering all these facts, this hara should be given to such a person by which no one would feel small because of his kindness. Janaki then repeatedly looked towards Hanuman, who rushed towards Janaki and wore the hara around his neck. The neck of Aruti was decorated with it. Hanuman then bowed at the feet of Janaki. Then she blessed him thus. Really nice benediction. You will enjoy eternal life and always remain free from pain and grief. The glory of Ram will last till the sun and moon illumine the universe, and you will remain eternal. O Hanuman, I give this boon to you. Wherever there would be the recitation of the name of Ram, you would be present at that place, irrespective of the distance. Till that time, the recitation continued. Now, in Srimad Bhagavatam, this is Kritivasa Ramayana. In Srimad Bhagavatam, we find that Hanuman is still present on earth. When Ram returned, he asked Hanuman to stay behind. Why? To sing his glories, so people could become purified by hearing his glories. So where did he go? Where is Hanuman today? Till the end of the universe, where is Hanuman? He's in Kim Purusha Varsha. Kim Purusha Varsha is, according to 5th Canto Bhagavatam, it's one of the 9 Varshas in the central Ilavrita Varsha. That's at the center of Jambudvip, without a long explanation. That's where Hanuman is, with the Rishtasena and others that are just singing Ram's glories for as long as the sun and the moon shine. That means for the duration of the universe. And then he returns to the spiritual Ayodhya. But that's what he does. Benediction by Sita. Holding the hara in his hands, Hanuman broke each and every gem by chewing it. Lakshman laughed at this act of Hanuman. Annoyed, he spoke these words, O Lord, I submit. Why have you adorned the neck of Hanuman with this garland? These monkeys by nature are counted amongst the animals. Why did you give this hara of gems to a monkey? Ram said, Listen, Lakshmana, you are dearer to me than my life. The reason for which Hanuman has broken the pearls of this hara is well known to him. You better ask Hanuman the reason for it in the presence of the court. Drama's building, right? So Lakshman hears this. He said, Listen, O Lord Lakshmana, I received this hara, taking it to be priceless. Thereafter, I found out that Ram's name was nowhere to be found in it. Riches without the name of Ram have no value to me and should be discarded. Lakshman then observed, O Hanuman, the name of Ram does not appear over your body. Then why are you keeping the body alive? Oh, son of the wind god, put an end to this body as well. On hearing this, Hanuman tore away his chest with his nails and projected it towards Lakshmana. After tearing out his chest before the audience, he projected that the name of Ram was inscribed in lakhs over each and every bone of his body. All the people present there were surprised. I bet they were. Lakshman, however, felt ashamed and bowed his head. Lakshmana said, Oh, brave Hanuman, listen. There is no other devotee of Ram like you. You know Ram, and Ram is known to you. How could I know the limit of your glory? Hanuman said. I'm a forest monkey. I'm the slave of Ram and the servant of you. Ram was amused at this talk of Hanuman. Now, many of you, certainly I have, so many of you I'm sure also, have seen some depiction like this where Hanuman is opening his chest and he shows either Ram or Sita Ram, something like that. So where is that found? I searched and inquired, and there's no such place that I could find. It's not in Valmiki Ramayana. So the description in Kritivasa Ramayana, which led me to finding out that description, is and every bone, but how are they going to depict that? How's an artist going to depict on every bone of his body is Sita and Ram's name? So they showed this painting. So that was an illustration of ecstasy is of different varieties, and some of it may look like it's not ecstasy, some of it may look like it's shoka, or very sad, very unhappy situation. And this is the sorrow often spoken of when different personalities were informed of Ram's banishment for 14 years. And so many of you, most of you are very familiar with Ramayana. So he went to Kaushalya, he went to Sita, he informed different persons, he informed Lakshman. Different persons reacted in different ways. And there's a description that's not in Valmiki Ramayana, but I want to share something that I really like. It's Urmila. Urmila is Lakshman's wife and Sita's sister. Sita came from the earth, but Janaka had a daughter born of him, and that was Urmila. So they're sisters. And when the time of Ram's betrothal to Sita was arranged, that Urmila would marry Lakshman. So younger sister of Sita. And Lakshman is the younger brother of Ram. And they're married. So Lakshman had been very emotional description in Valmiki Ramayana. But there's another Ramayana that describes, it's not in Valmiki Ramayana, but it describes when Lakshman went to inform Urmila what's about to take place. That's the scene. The name of that Ramayana is Ranganatha Ramayanam. The author is a Telugu author, Gona Buddha-Reddy, celebrated person in that part of the country, in Andhra. So here's the description. I'm going to read it. It's just very, very beautiful. The scene is Urmila had a fascination for painting. She would just get absorbed in painting, of paintings of Sita and Ram, especially because they were very dear to her. So in this particular situation, she's in the midst of making a painting, very, very beautiful painting. She was very gifted. So the procedure was when she's in her painting mood, no one could enter except her husband. So Lakshman entered when she's in the midst of painting a painting of Sita and Ram being coronated the next day, or Ram being coronated as the Prince Regent the next day. She was so happy, very, very beautiful. And when he comes in, she's startled because she's used to like total concentration, and she had a container that had paint, and the paint spilled on the painting. The painting was spoiled. So guess what her mood was? She wasn't happy. But as soon as she saw Lakshman, all that unhappiness went away. And then Lakshman didn't give a detailed explanation, something that a husband might want to do with his wife in a situation like this, but he just said, well, I'll read what he said. And her response is amazing. Ramayana is so sweet. So it's a loving exchange where sorrow turns into an ecstasy. I mean, even instantly an ecstasy because of her mood of loving service to her husband. Urmila, the beautiful wife of Lakshmana, was an exemplary artist. She immersed herself daily in painting canvases. No one except Lakshmana was allowed anywhere near her when she was in her painting frenzy. She had been painting her favorite couple, Ram, and her sister, Sita, that fateful day. It was a rather serious depiction, the coronation of the most exquisite couple in the universe. In fact, she had just finished painting it. Urmila considered it her masterpiece and had planned to gift it to the royal couple as soon as they returned from their coronation. A clatter somewhere nearby had startled the sensitive Urmila. The bowl of wet paint in her hands had splashed all over the painting, defacing it completely. Her masterpiece had been ruined. Angrily, she turned around to see what had made her jump right into her priceless painting. Her anger had dissipated the moment she saw her husband. Look what just happened. I was painting Lord Ram's and Sita's coronation scene. This is an inauspicious omen. What do I do now? Lakshman, you can now paint it 14 years from now. Urmila, Ram has been exiled to the forest for 14 years and Bharata will be king instead. Pretty concise. Lakshmana spoke in an attempt to pacify his beloved wife. What? How can this happen? You will understand everything with time. What you need to understand now is that the delicate Sita will accompany Ram to the forest, and to serve them both, I must go too. Quickly, Urmila grasped the situation and immediately gathered herself. An awkward silence followed. Lakshman had nothing to say. But before the hush could stretch too long, Urmila had said something that would remain etched in Lakshman's heart and be his beacon of hope through the next 14 years. Beautiful words. Opportunities to serve superiors come unsought to one who yearns for them. Creating an atmosphere for another to serve in a focused manner is also service. I would love to accompany you to the forest, but I will not. My joining in would invariably come in the way of your service to Ram. Your duty could be compromised because of my presence. The duty of a wife is to constantly be in the company of her husband, but to fulfill my duty, how can I obstruct yours? Performing a duty serves its purpose only when the object of duty is pleased. If I insist that I do my duty to you by accompanying you, you will be displeased because the object of your duty, Ram, will be displeased with your negligence. So my duty now is to facilitate the perfection you can attain in your responsibility by staying away. The essence of your going with Ram is sacrifice. You are sacrificing your comforts, your wife, your wealth, your opinion, and your pleasures. Following your example, I am sacrificing my desires and my duties. The real duty of a wife is to understand the mood of her husband. Now, it's not Valmiki Ramayana, but she's turning around the shock and the shoka, the sadness, the sorrow, in a very beautiful direction. She doesn't want to interfere with Lakshman's service to Ram, and her presence would be interference. But so better she accepts the position of sacrifice so that he can serve Ram nicely without being a hindrance. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. Now there's one other, I'll just end with one more. It's a little bit longer. It's the situation that is found when Kaikeyi and the other two queens go to Chitrakoot to try to persuade, it's Bharata mainly, but the queens also persuade Ram to return. Now she's the one that said what she said to Dasarath. Now Kaikeyi looked like the bad guy, the bad gal, bad person, because she's the cause of all of this sorrow and sorrow and sorrow and sorrow. She didn't have to. She was manipulated by mantra, but being soft-hearted and a little less intelligent, she went along with it, thinking it was the right thing to do. So this is from yet another version of Ramayana, the Adhyatma Ramayana. It is said by scholars that Adhyatma Ramayana is simply taken from Vyasadev's writing, the Brahmanda Purana. In any case, a little background. This is that the focus is the mood of sorrow is actually an ecstasy. That's the theme. Transcendental ecstasy. It's worldly, it's not, but transcendentally it is. So in Valmiki Ramayana, a little background. Dear Bharata, this is Ram to Bharata. Whatever your mother has done for your sake, out of love for you or greed for the kingdom by using you, don't take it seriously. Deal with her as if she is my mother. They're on Chitrakoot, and he's speaking like this. Thereafter, Bharata said the following to Ram, who was equal to the sun in splendor and as pleasing to see as the new moon. O noble one, place your foot on this pair of sandals. These will supply the needs and maintain the assets of the people. Placing his feet on the sandals and then removing them, Ram, the most glorious tiger among men, gave them to the great soul Bharata. Bowing respectfully to those sandals, Bharata said to Ram, O descendant of Raghu, for 14 years I shall wear matted locks of hair and bark cloth for clothes and eat only fruits and roots. Longing for your return, I shall dwell outside the city. The rule of the kingdom will be carried out by your sandals. However, if I do not see you the day after the 14th year is concluded, I shall enter fire. Giving his approval, Ram said, so be it, and affectionately embraced Bharata. And then he embraced Shatrughna and spoke the following. Protect Mother Kaikeyi, O best of the Raghus. I and Sita warn you, do not be angry with her. Because it's a natural motion from the whole scene. He's banished and she's the cause, ostensibly. Speaking this way, Ram, whose eyes were brimming with tears, bade farewell to his brother. So it is said, that is understood that Shatrughna took this oath. That's the explanation of these words. So now, in this Adhyatma Ramayana, there's another scene with that background. Kaikeyi requests an opportunity to speak privately with Ram, and he grants the request. Kaikeyi, in a highly distressed mood, with tears flowing from her eyes, called Ram aside and said to him in private, "O Ram, under a spell of delusion, my evil mind prompted me to obstruct your installation as the Prince Regent. I beseech you, pardon me for the bad deed and consciousness. Forgiveness is the very nature of good men. You are verily Mahavishnu, the super soul and Paramatma. By dint of your internal energy, you have taken a form as a human being and are covering your true nature from the entire world. Impelled by your inspiration, people of this world engage in good and bad activities. The whole world is subjected to your will and is without any freedom, just as a puppet doll dances according to the hidden will of their hidden director who pulls the strings unseen. So is this Maya, a dancer manipulated by your will. I too was prompted by you as part of your scheme for the fulfillment of the purpose of the Devas. Under the influence of my evil mind, I have done this sinful act. Now I have understood you to be the indwelling spirit of all. You are beyond the vision of even the Devas. Please save me. Please cut asunder with your sword of knowledge my bondage of attachment to sun, wealth, or other worldly objects which made me traverse this material world again and again. I take refuge in you." And she offers her full obeisances to Lord Ramachandra. Listen. Hearing these words of Kaikeyi, Ram said to her smilingly, "O noble lady, whatever you're told is now the truth. The words that came out of your mouth took shape under my prompting. Thus, by your choice of boons, which were prompted by me for the attainment of the purpose of the Devas, you incur no sin. Please return home in peace. Let your mind be constantly absorbed in my thought. Abandon your attachment for all worldly objects and be wholeheartedly devoted to me. Soon you will gain liberation by following this way of life. I view all beings alike." He goes on with the neutrality of the personality of Godhead, and essentially he's acknowledging that it was he that prompted her to speak this way. It has to be, because he's the personality of Godhead. So this is called, in our Bhagavatam language, it's Leela Shakti of the Lord. The Leela Shakti of the Lord acts in such a way that even sometimes, for example, even sometimes Balaram doesn't recognize what's going on. For example, when Krishna transformed himself into each of the calves and cowherd boys for 1 year, Balaram didn't even know what was going on. And then the curtain of Maya parted and he started to see what was going on, etc. So the Leela Shakti of the Supreme Lord acts in a way that's to enhance the Lord's reciprocation of love with his devotees. And so the love, back to the theme, the love between Lord Ramachandra and his devotees includes something that may give rise to shoka, transcendental, due to attachment to him, and strengthen their attachment to him. And then, of course, he returned. 14 years is a long time. It's a long time. Krishna also eventually returned to Vrindavan. Long time, according to Padma Purana. After the last, he stayed away from Vrindavan because there were terrible demons. And the last of the terrible demons, Shalva, Dantavakra, and Vidurata, when they were killed, Krishna then went back to Vrindavan and spent some time with the Brijbasis, because he had promised he would return, and he came back. but he also stayed away for different reasons, but because the demons would harass the Brijvasis. He didn't want that. He came for his purpose was fulfilled, he returned. So Ram also returned. But that sorrow and extended difficulty and difficulty and difficulty and difficulty served for those who are staunch devotees to strengthen their attachment to Lord Ramachandra and their feelings of love for Lord Ramachandra. Although the external appearance, just like I read that short paragraph from Nectar Devotion, looked like it's really sad. And some people, hearing it and hearing it and hearing it, that sadness makes it difficult to keep reading Ramayana. So I'll end this way. Rupa Goswami reasons how attached is Hanuman to Lord Ram. Every bone in his body has Ram's name. He's attached inside and outside and every place in between. He's fully attached. Therefore, Rupa Goswami reasons, how is it possible that he can continue to sing Ramayana if it's just sadness? It's not possible. It wouldn't be reasonable. He would leave those parts out or something. But it's such an integral part of Ramayana because he's the presiding deity of that secondary rasa. And so it's ecstasy. And Hanuman, recognizes the transcendentalness of Ram's Leela. We discussed this the other day. I invite you, those of you that like to read Prabhupada's books, Srimad Bhagavatam in particular, there's a section in the 5th canto, chapter 19, where there's 8 prayers by Hanuman to Lord Ramachandra. And he says he has a clear understanding. There's no possibility of he who is the source of everything to be separated from everything, to be separated from Lakshman or from Sita, and to experience sadness. It's just not possible. It's a transcendental emotion that he was experiencing and the others were experiencing in relation to him. So it's just another lens to look through when you're contemplating the wonderful story of Lord Ramachandra, or the wonderful story of Krishna, or any of the other transcendental personalities, the forms of Godhead that appear in this world. Transcendental. Transcendental. And it's for the reader, is meant to stimulate bhava, udipans, stimulations of ecstatic love, by reading carefully, thoughtfully, under guidance of qualified teachers like Rupa Goswami, how to properly understand all this. Transcendental life is otherworldly. We need guides. Rupa Goswami is a good one. Let's see if there's some discussion. I don't probably going over the time constraints. What are the time constraints? We have 5 minutes. Okay. We have time for 5 minutes of questions or discussion if anybody would like to discuss something. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I was just kind of curious about Lakshman traveled with Ram and Hanuman, and so I was surprised that he would ask a question like a question like the way he did when you spoke about how he was breaking the pearls, and he asked like he commented on how it's like monkey behavior. Like it seems like he would have known Hanuman better by the end of 14
Could you follow
years.
everything? Could you relay what she's saying?
She was surprised by Lakshman commenting on. She was surprised by Hanuman.
Without the microphone. Help. Yeah, go ahead. Everyone else can understand. I'm just problem guy. Go ahead.
She was surprised by Lakshman's remark about Hanuman's monkey-like behavior, given that they had spent so much time together that he would understand Hanuman's mood.
Yeah, it is surprising. It is surprising. No, things, some things like this may happen because uh, it's meant to show a special light upon such and such devotee, in this case Hanuman. So that why did Lakshman already know? Is your question. So he was blanked out because Ram wanted everyone to see. He wanted Lakshman to ask Hanuman in the presence of everybody, because everybody may not have understood what Lakshman understood. So he had Lakshman speak what everyone else was thinking. Why, look at this. This is such an expensive, special. He's chewing on it. So Lakshman spoke. It could have been done some other way, but Ram inspired like that. It's similar to what Ram said to Kaikeyi. Yes, it is I who inspired you to speak the way that you did. Same. It's Ram, the internal potency of the Supreme Lord, that inspired Lakshman to speak the way that he did, so that the glories of Hanuman could become seen visibly by everybody. Astonishing. He may do something that looks monkey-like, but it's not. Nice question. Okay, looks like we're done. Something in the back, Subal.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I thought it was so beautiful what you share of Urmila and how she responded. It's a recurring theme of sacrifice that also is in the Ramayana. You highlighted how this lamentation, or this sorrow, this sadness is just an intrinsic part of the Ramayana. And we see this consistent message of the what's sacrifice. So it's a relationship between sorrow and sacrifice, and how the transformation of sorrow into ecstasy have to do also with sacrifice?
They're not necessarily a one-to-one correlation or connection. There's certainly a connection between sacrifice or surrender and ecstasy, and there are varieties of ecstasy. One of them may look like this one, the sorrow one, but the specific, my understanding is a little different than what you just said. My understanding is Ram, according to Rupa Goswami, he's the presiding deity of that mood. And so it comes not specifically because of sacrifice, but it comes because of attachment to him. And when something happens that seems unpleasant to him, others become very disturbed. And so the emotion arises from that attachment to him. You could say, yes, you could say because of sacrifice, you could say surrender, you could say a number of other causes, bhakti, bhava bhakti, you could give other causes, but it's not exactly a one-to-one correlation like you're saying. It seems you're asking.
Thank you. Uh, Banishment of Mother Sita. Now, as an ideal king, we all know that he heard the washerman's complaint and he banished Mother Sita, never to see her again in Ramayana. Now, is it fair to be the ideal king? He gave up the ideal husband and ideal father's role, or just is that the only reason, or there is also an internal deep reason for their separation? Meaning causing the banishment of Mother Sita.
Your question is a topic that I'm going to take up separately as one full 1 hour session in Gita Nagari. So come to Gita Nagari.
Fair enough. Thank you.
But but yes, the answer is yes. There's multiple causes, and they weave together into a nice tapestry that results in what it results in. So there are there's many things to say. Sri Vaishnavacharyas don't even refer to this washerman story from Padma Purana. They have other explanations. But that is a 1 hour class. So come, or hear the recording later afterwards. How's that? So in response to your question specifically, one of the multiple reasons is Ram is placing in this sacrifice word. He's placing his interest subordinate to the interest of the citizens. Some of the citizens, there's different Ramayanas, and some of the citizens it was just one, in some Ramayanas it was many who were speaking this way, and that's not good for the citizens because what the king does, the citizens may follow. So if some of the citizens are thinking this is the standard in our kingdom, then we can do the same because we follow our king. And so he wanted to sacrifice his interest in favor of the interest of the citizens. There's other things. That's a big one in Sri Vaishnava doctrine or commentary on that pastime, regardless of the other, why it happened the way that it happened. Okay, so then what's our concluding steps here?
So thank you so much, Maharaj, for a wonderful class on Ramayana. Please a big round of applause for him. So one quick announcement before we go for Prasadam. 2 weeks from now, April 15th, in Schaumburg, we will be having another Ramayan Katha. It will be done by His Grace Nityanand Pran Prabhu. If some of you have been attending before, when he did a musical presentation of the marriage of Lord Ram and Sita. So he's going to repeat that again, and you are all invited. So please don't miss that. It is very, very amazing the way he does it. It's a 1.5 hour, and you can register. There is a flyer out there. There is a QR code. Please do register so we know how much prasadam to make. All right. Thank you so much. And prasadam will be upstairs through this door on the 3rd floor. Thank you so much. Please do come back. There will be Kirtan from 7 to 8. Hare Krishna.
Madhura Makarnagar. You came in Chicago. The elder son is here. We are just here. No.
You're just visiting?
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Narayan Kavat Prabhu and Renuka Devdas. Madhura Mata and Madhusudan Prabhu. Mother Sita. No place. No, it's not. But it's raining a little bit. Actually, this has it's been raining.
Should I hold it? I'm gonna hold it, okay? You're like, I should hold it. No, it's fine. Yeah, you should hold it. I'm holding it. Because. Namah Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Vipasyatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everything three times. Should I say everything three times, Madhuri? Should I say everything three times? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori, Jaya Kishore Kishori.
Jaya Tichori Chori, Jaya Tichori Chori, Jaya Tichori Chori, Jaya Tichori Chori.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Bhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Bola Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Bola Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Jai Bola Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Bola Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. One quick announcement. There is a car blocking other cars here in the back alley. It's a Toyota Corolla CT60278. Toyota Corolla CT60278. If it is your car, please take this out. Otherwise, it will be towed very soon. So, again, Toyota Corolla CT60278.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, oh Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. No, don't play. Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Oh. Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Ram Sankirtan ki Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Hai Gaur Premanande Hare